The North American Women's Champion and the NXT Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer was on NXT this week as she would announce that she could have gone to any promotion, to any brand. She picked NXT to make history. She spoke about her match with Julia and then said she was waiting for the first opponent. Out comes Jordynne Grace. Now, Jordynne Grace would boast about her victory over Roxanne Perez last week on NXT Roadblock. And if you thought she was walking funny after she was attacked by Jada Parker, it was very obvious. She was wearing those ridiculously high boots that we've seen her showing off on social media recently. Do you know, that was never going to go well, was it? That does not belong anywhere near a wrestling ring, and Jordynne didn't make it to the ring. Instead, Jada Parker did. Jada Parker wants the first shot at Stephanie. I can't see Jordynne Grace liking that, especially as we found out later on that Stephanie will defend the NXT Women's Championship against Jada next week, and she will also defend the North American Championship in a rematch against Fallon Henley. So interesting, but a good thing that NXT are going to keep the championships separate from each other. They're not unified by any means. But Stephanie wrestling twice next week. You know, Booker T's looking forward to that one. Chelsea Green was on NXT this week defending the Women's United States Championship in a very fun match against Sol Ruca. It would be Alba Fire, though, saving the match for Chelsea Green, and after that she would suffer a gigantic spear by Zarya, and then of course Piper Niven took the moonsault from Sol Ruca before Chelsea Green would retain her Women's United States Championship, remaining the longest reigning ever Women's United States Champion. I feel like this one's not over yet as well. I feel like Zarya and Sol Ruca probably going to want some revenge on Piper and Alba, so potentially a women's tag match in the future too. Now, take nothing away from these two. This was an absolute banger of a match. The first match tonight, and genuinely lots of fun. I want to see more matches like this for the women on like weekly WWE TV. Chelsea Green is so capable, and Sol Ruca, someone who obviously isn't on the main roster yet, but my God, what a performance. I've also seen a lot of people on social media talking about the fact Sol Ruca slipped on the ropes. I'm pretty sure that was storyline, like kayfabe slip, because Chelsea was working her leg most of the match. Josh Briggs and Inamura would pick up the huge win tonight in tag action, defeating Hank and Tank. Again, a very fun match. I enjoyed it. I like both teams in this match, so very enjoyable for me. Now, we know Hank and Tank wanted to take it to the extreme tonight. Question: what on earth was Hank gonna do from there? Here you see Tank, right? Now, Tank's fine. Tank's gonna go for a swanton bomb. Josh Briggs is there. Makes sense. What on earth was Hank gonna do from that corner? There's no way Hank was making that jump. I'm sorry. Look at the referee. Even the referee knows that Hank is not making that jump. Even Vic Joseph put his candy down to put his hands up to say, "What are you doing, Hank?" Like, no, everyone knew. Everyone but Hank knew. FYI, he never even attempted the jump. Inamura would push him off, but I want to see him try it now, okay? Hank at least now thinks, though, that they need more advice from other tag teams on the level where they want to reach. So they're not happy with their current position in NXT. Although, with the confrontation from Wesley, Tyson and Tyreek, I'm going to assume that tag match is coming up soon too. The newly named The Culling Group, with Shawn Spears at ringside, would pick up a win tonight over The Family in 6-person tag action. The Family distracted, though, because the Don, Tony D'Angelo, attacked backstage by that new group that is tormenting and attacking people every week in NXT. Interestingly, though, during the replay of this, which because it didn't show on TV, they did a replay moments later, but they did show us the group for the first time speaking, saying, "We tried to tell you, nobody is safe." I feel like that's a natural break now for this feud between the Culling and the Family. Although we are aware that Tony D'Angelo has a rematch against Shawn Spears, the Family going for revenge against this new group makes the most sense now. Just taking a second, though, to acknowledge Luca Crucifino tonight. What a performance from him. He got the hot tag. The crowd went crazy. The momentum by the crowd just picked up and up and up. The dude is an absolute star. Booker T said it, and I'll second it. Very bright future ahead of him. A new little alliance in NXT between Ridge Holland and Eddie Thorpe may be brewing as they were speaking backstage tonight. They sort of talked about the fact Trick Williams is a sports entertainer. Ricky Saints is a sports entertainer. And they're both going to take care of their sports entertainer tonight. Well, tonight was Ricky Saints' first singles match in NXT. The crowd were definitely excited to see Ricky, and the match with Ridge Holland was actually a pretty decent match. It is kind of a shame that Ricky couldn't hit all of his finishing move. He definitely sort of sucked some energy out of the place with that one, but it was okay. The crowd popped after Ricky won, and Ricky would have the excuse from commentary very quickly that Ridge worked his lower back throughout the match, hence why he couldn't get all of his finishing moves. So it makes sense. But, right, okay, very serious for a moment. WWE, you need to stop using this transition of Stone Cold Steve Austin, because I'm watching the screen. It went from Ricky Saints to Stone Cold, and I honestly thought Stone Cold was about to come out on NXT and, stun Ricky Saints. I had no idea what was going on, but obviously it was no more than a promo video to hype up WWE World. I legit thought Stone Cold was there just for 1 second. It's still real to me, damn it. While we're talking about WWE World, though, NXT star Ethan Page will be a part of the WWE World photo op and meet and greet on Sunday, April 20th. That's very cool to see. Ethan's former rival, though, Javon Evans, looks like he's positioning for a feud with Lexus King, especially after he legit punched him in the mouth tonight after Lexus King was saying he'd never be a champion. Just prior to this, though, we'd see that attitude from Trick Williams again, especially again towards Javon Evans, as he's not interested in friends. We said before, could this be the start of a transition for a heel turn from Trick Williams? I'm still not sure on that. I still think Trick is just very focused on trying to get revenge, trying to get back that NXT championship eventually, and he's got no time for friends. Carmen Petrovic would refuse to use the steel chair as Shantae wanted her to use tonight. Obviously, it was to try and get revenge, but Jacy would pick up the win tonight. Maybe Carmen should have done it. Maybe Carmen should have used the steel chair. Just ahead of the main event, we would once again see this new group, and for the first time, all their masks were down. They were looking and talking directly to the camera. We got their new name, Darkstate, before they would head back into the venue because they wanted to cause a little bit more chaos. But what do you think of the name Darkstate? Let me know in the comment section down below. The main event was the Underground match between Trick Williams and Eddie Thorpe. And it was a very short match, but it was all it needed to be. There was a lot included in it. But Trick Williams would win by a TKO and then call out Over Femi. The face-off happened. And then, well, the lights would go out and chaos would start. As the lights went out, the new mystery group, Darkstate, would appear. The brawl was on. Javon Evans tried to get involved. Everyone would jump in the ring trying to separate Trick and Oba, but it would be Javon Evans laying out Oba Femi, with Javon and the commentary team asking the question, does Javon have your attention now? But what did Darkstate do here? They didn't cause this chaos. They didn't do anything. They just stood there watching. Is it possible that Javon Evans could be the fifth man of Darkstate and that's why they didn't hit the ring? Because Javon didn't need them? Javon's definitely floating around the possible shot at the world title at Stand and Deliver. What if Darkstate was to help him win it? Very fun NXT tonight. Obviously, lots of talking points. That big main event segment will be one I think we come back to in the future too. For me, 8.5 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace!